Little update to do with the display. The OLED display that's in here, I originally drove it using software SPI and using the U8G2 library. I think that's what it's called. It was the only one I could find for the controller, which is an SH1122. And that had a few problems. Well, two problems really. One, it was slow, and two, it didn't really update the fonts properly. It used to leave pixels behind, so that led to a very untidy display, and it would have required some sort of fiddling to fix it. So what I've done, well, it was initially as a trial, but what I've done is put in a different bit of code. So this is the demo code from the BuyDisplay website, which has been ported over to run on the Arduino and ARM, and it's using direct accesses to the GPIO registers, and I think that's fast enough. I think one of the other problems with the U8G2 library was that it was doing a full display buffer update. Every time you write something and do a write to the display, the whole display was updated, which obviously is a bit slow. This, I think, is only writing what it needs to write, which is going to be a lot quicker. Also, I mean, the fonts aren't quite as nice, but the fonts do update properly, so you don't get pixels left behind. So I'm going to be able to use this. So this is now still working. So I've got a sort of fake calculator display down the bottom. The mode button does work, you just have to give it a shove. So I can put it in mode 2, I can put it in mode 1, and I can type numbers, and that's all screwed up. I haven't fixed that at the moment. But the display's faster, so it means I don't have to go to hardware SPI, I don't think. I think this will be fine. And that means I'm probably not going to update the board to go to hardware SPI. Don't need a huge amount of updating. It also means I can probably do graphics because I have access to the bits on the display rather than just fonts. So it's looking better. I've just got a lot of code to do now, I think, and when the chips arrive, they've been delayed. When they arrive, I'll put those on. But at the moment it's running fine. It'd be nice to get it in the case because it's a bit exposed like this. I've also found out when I ported the library from the people who sell this display over to this platform, I found a few test bits of code, and I've attached them to the serial interface. So you can actually scroll the display in two different directions. It's got control over the brightness as well, so you can fade it out to black and fade it back in to full brightness. And also, interestingly, I don't know if I'll use it, but you do have grayscale, so it's not, strictly speaking, a monochrome display, I don't think. I'm not sure how they're doing that. I think there is control in the OLED over the brightness of each pixel. So that was a bit of a surprise. I saw in the library there were 4 bits per pixel, which I thought was just for displays that have grayscale, and I thought I'd try the demo, and the demo works. So do have grayscale on there as well, but I can't at the moment think of a use for that. There might be a use for that, but that's something that's maybe nice to have. You can see the area of the display that's actually got pixels in it. There's a gap on the left hand side, so I'm going to have to leave that clear. I can't slide the display any further over and then just not display anything further to the right than sort of equivalent distance on the right. So that's alright. There's plenty of pixels there to display stuff. You can easily get 3 lines of text on there, maybe more. It looks like I might have some sort of problem there with maybe the power supply or something. When there's a lot of pixels on, there's a bit of flickering going on, or it might be updating the display. I've got a bit of a problem with XY coordinates. It's not working properly, and the resolution in the code seems to be 128 pixels, but I'm sure there's 256, so there's something not quite right there. I haven't worked that out yet, but for now it works. That's all I'm really bothered about at the moment. If I have problems later on, then I'll sort that out.